Hey guys, it's Omriker, and I'm going to be playing some Ring Runner again today, but this time I've got a special guest with me. So meet Enrique Dreyer. He's one of the founders of Triple B Titles. They're the studio behind Ring Runner. And Enrique, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, that'd be great, and a little bit about Ring Runner as well.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's going to be really exciting to get to play with someone finally. This is actually going to be one of the first times that I ever play multiplayer with anyone, at least that I'm recording, and or that you're recording. And so, for the people that know Ring Runner, it's been 5 years in development. It's a big passion project of ours. So, and if you want to just hit pause here. Just press start and we can pause the game so we're not going as I'm talking. Yeah, just press start and then it should pause it. There it goes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's, Ring Runner has been, in development for 5 years. It's a huge passion project of mine and my brother's. We wanted to make sure that people that play this game can kind of feel the love that we've put into it. It's definitely the sort of game that we've always wanted to play ever since back in the days of Silent Death and these early 90s games. So yeah, it's just a pleasure to be here and looking forward to playing with you.
Awesome. All right, so we are in one of the multiplayer modes. This is called Spire Battle, is that right?
Okay. Correct.
So this is a kind of like a base assault, and I showed, I think, a little bit of this in my last quick look video, although that was with bots purely. So you're using a high-end fighter here, right?
Yes,
no,
this
that's
is a rank 5. So you're in a rank 3, I'm in a rank 5. It's a little unfair, but that's life. And so yeah, the difference is, of course, like I'd mentioned to you before, we have sort of the intent of making sure that anyone can kind of come in and start playing competitively pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. It's something that a rank 3 you're only going to be in when you're in the single player missions and progressing through the campaign. Then as soon as you come to the sort of multiplayer modes, you're going to be in rank 5s. And at that point, all of development is, well, not all of it, but almost all of it is going to be horizontal, meaning that you're not going to need to play this game 100 hours to be able to stand a chance against somebody.
Okay. And I think I just got disabled. I don't think I ever saw that, though, in single player.
Yeah, well, here you're going to get all of the different abilities imaginable, That's the sort of mode that we're in right now. And the rogues are, very sneaky. They disable you. They can disable your heat. They can, do a lot of things that of course, are kind of sabotage-based.
Interesting. All right, well, I'm trying to go for this Odin here. Oh, nice.
Nailed him.
You got it.
And so I'm playing in a grappler, and as you can see, this grappler is going to be very up close and personal. All of my abilities, like I've got a shield here, shield bash that guy, this hammer here, and these are all abilities that are going to play sort of like a melee character would in other games. Now, this is a real big challenge because as you may have played some first-person shooters that have melee, it's always really difficult to get that balance so that either one or the other is not useless. Mm-hmm. And I think we've managed to get it so that melee is feasible, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not that great. It's you can definitely not be a melee class and get away with it.
I see. And does the rogue then has ability? Oh man, I just got killed again. Are we playing against higher level ships as well?
Yes, these are rank 5 ships, but we have it on the lowest difficulty currently.
Okay.
But obviously it's made for rank 5 ships, so if you follow me, and you can follow me by just tapping your left, or actually for you it'd be flicking the mouse, I guess.
Yeah.
You can follow me, and I'm killing most of these ships in 1 or 2 hits. Because
I'm seeing that.
difficulty is very low, but obviously you're in a lower ranked ship, so it's tough.
Yeah, I'll try to stick around though, or near you rather.
Okay. Yeah.
What is this huge there's this thing that's like a beam that
Oh,
goes
yeah,
across a
that's
huge
the
distance.
Sage Wave, the one that
Okay.
pushes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sage Wave. So that just pushes everything.
So I take it that kind of like if it rams you against an asteroid or something, you take
Oh
more
yeah,
damage.
it'll do massive damage. But you
Okay.
can get collision plating, which really helps.
Okay.
That'll decrease damage from everything based on collisions.
Interesting.
So
I'm
of
here
everything
to-
else, I think you'll see that the game is very, very customizable. So if there's anything that's really difficult for you or that you don't like, there's some way of getting around it.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to attack the spire now,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, this. Oh man, taking out again. Heavy turret. Trying to see.
So there,
here.
I just took out one of the
Dominating.
Wow.
the little what's it called, shield generators. So
Okay.
basically, there's 4 arms. There's 4 shield generators. If you can take out all 4 shield generators, you leave the central hub exposed. But what's nice about this is that it's kind of organic, in the sense that you do not have to take out those shield generators before you can attack the hub.
Oh really?
It's just going to have much more shielding. So obviously, it's much easier for you if you if you take out at least 1 or 2 shields first, and then go for the hub if you have a coordinated strike.
Interesting. I got hit with that beam again. It slammed me right into an asteroid. Now, I do have to ask something. Occasionally I see these, like, Mario tunnels.
Oh yeah,
Is
I put in a bunch of little random things to these things. You got the Mario tunnels. You got your sort of picnic tables and all sorts of silly things. If you play through the story mission, these things will make some sense. It's not just completely random.
Now, this photocaster turret, that's obviously just something dropped by one of the enemies.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we've got these ships that are called these flying fortresses that can just drop like armies of these things. And another thing that's another thing we wanted to do, unless you spec very correctly and make it your real forte, we didn't want to make turrets like overpowered and really change the dynamics of the game too much.
Right.
So now I just took out the power plant here in the base, so everything is without power, meaning that turrets won't shoot at you, and currently they won't spawn things, and the thing stops spinning. We originally had it take shields down, but that was way too powerful. So.
Yeah, I see the what is that? Kind of like a
Little Ghostbuster
disabled
symbol.
sign. Yeah.
That's what I call it, a Ghostbuster symbol.
Oof. And I'm doing a reload, but I got an Odin on me. Have you guys done anything to change the graphics lately? It looks like it's been amped up a little bit here visually. Since I last
We
played.
have actually improved some of the just sort of graphics that are associated with every ability, and we've also added combat text.
Okay.
I don't know if you have that active or not, but now you can enable text to come up to basically say like damage, healing, plex gains, all this sort of stuff. Just little numbers, kind of the same way you'd see in World of Warcraft or something like that.
Very cool. I think I see this invisible ship here. Has to be the Rogue.
Yeah, there's a couple of one of them's a Rogue hybrid, and one of them's a Rogue.
Interesting.
There we-
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so
We
now
just took out the shield.
the core is now exposed. So that doesn't mean that you can just fire one photon in and take it out like the Death Star, but it's definitely weakened.
Yeah, and it still has those repulsors, which are a pain in the ass.
Yeah. That's
Is
kind
there
of
any
our way
counter?
of- Huh?
Is there any counter to repulsors? Any ship
Well,
module?
there are several ways you can get around them. You can navigate around them, like you can just fly around them. But that was our sort of idea on how to put up a barrier without like actually having a barrier in space, you know. It prevents you from just getting into their core without any trouble, because these ships, you know, you can be really fast.
Yeah.
You can just slam right into their core immediately if it weren't for these guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing with this fighter. I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's not completely stocked with weapons, but it is fast and responsive.
Yep, and the fighter classes, you know, for people who really like space shooters, they're gonna feel right at home in the cockpit of a fighter.
And I feel like I'm having an easier time taking out ship modules than I am the ships right now. Every time I go toe to toe with these ships, I get my butt kicked. But it's probably the level difference primarily.
So see, like that's one way that I got around this.
Sage light.
Oh, I just went sage light. One way that I got around this repulsor is by dropping that heat canister that you have and overheating it, and then that basically disables it temporarily.
Oh, very cool.
And then you're able to go by it. See, it's it's almost overheated there.
Yeah, interesting.
So that's another thing we didn't. We won. We just won.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we didn't want to have, you know, like just a stun, like a flat out stun, because that I feel is like one of the things that in like League of Legends or games like that kind of ruin the game. Anything that's going to make it so that you can't play the game.
Wow. Sorry.
Is we wanted to make it difficult to happen. So in this case, you have like a bar, your heat bar, which is sort of like your stun bar. If you get overheated, then that's when you're gonna get stunned.
So it's letting us play a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. So
yeah, that's it.
So
it just
we're
lets
done
you
with the
enjoy your
mission.
victory a little bit.
That's cool.
And that's
So this is where I'm getting all this Plex, and I can use this to then purchase things in the shop or even initiate research.
And at the bottom, you should have seen like new shop found. Did it say that for you? Okay, so there's some schematics there, and you know you're going to be able to basically buy any of these things. Sometimes they're going to be redundant, so that means once you have a lot of these things unlocked, it becomes a little harder to find a new schematic.
Okay.
But otherwise, anything you find here, you can just go into the shop and buy with the Plex that you've earned by winning the mission.
Very cool.
So if you wanted, what I did right now is I selected a gladiator mode. Maybe we can just show a couple of bosses there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see if we go into it. Yeah, there we go. Gladiator co-op.
So right now we've got 3 modes that can be played in this build. There's Spire, there's Gladiator, and then there's Wave Survival. You had mentioned though, you know, previously when I was around the time I was doing my quick look that you're planning some other modes as well.
Yes, that's correct. And for versus, we're planning to do basically like a sort of just very standard, I guess, very straightforward version of just a death match. You're going to have these 2 bases on either side. People go and you just play.
Did you die in that?
Oh no! Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hadn't gone in.
Oh.
So
okay.
let's just replay this mission. There we go.
Oh.
I was too busy talking. So yeah, basically the idea here is you know you want to make sure that people have, you know, the way they want to play the game. We don't force you to play single player. And we don't force you to play multiplayer, but you can gain access to everything by playing any of the modes eventually, you know. And so one of the other big modes that we have planned is a MOBA-like mode. And in the MOBA-like mode, basically what that's going to be is very similar to the Spire battle. And all we're going to be doing there is we're going to be adding sort of a more structured map so that it's not going to be imbalanced at any point and it can be more competitive. And we're going to be adding these little sort of oh, did you just get out?
Yeah, I got disconnected.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait for you. You can just rejoin the game whenever. That's another nice thing is like there's not going to be any like if the host drops or anything, the game continues. So it's just drop in, drop out multiplayer.
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
And so yeah, like I was saying, we're just gonna add these little sort of towers and outposts that you have to go through before you get to the opposing team's base.
Okay.
And that's going to be similar to a MOBA-like mode. We want to make sure that we're saying like. It's not going to be a MOBA game in space exactly, but it's going to be MOBA-like. Definitely something that people who play MOBA games can very easily come into and enjoy.
Wow, I'm watching you playing your ship. I mean, those abilities you have are crazy.
Yeah, these are some high-end stuff.
Now the crates, are those giving me...
All crates have power-ups in them, yeah.
Oh, I got disabled. Okay, I'm out of here. Oh, there you are. Finally. I don't know if I could kill any of these things with this ship right now.
It's tough. I mean, you're in a rank 3, so it's pretty tough. This definitely encourages you to continue getting better ships.
Well, I will stick around you. Let's see. Oh. And this mode you can actually defeat. You can get all the way through.
Yeah, in any mode you can get all the way through. This one is more geared towards actually being able to win. It's like kind of a gauntlet mode. We're fighting bosses. And really what I mean by bosses is you just have ships that are going to have more mitigation, as in they live longer. And the thought process behind this was, as you know, like we've got procedural generation of enemies, and we wanted to make sure people kind of get that and enjoy it. Which, when you have just like a swarmer coming at you and you kill him in one hit, you don't really get to know that he had this ability or that ability. It doesn't matter.
And
So,
I'm seeing like this crazy strike thing right now that this guy keeps calling in.
yes, that's a cruiser strike that they're calling it, and that's an arsenal ability.
Very cool. I mean, obviously it gives players plenty of warning.
Exactly, yeah. And then it's only AE, so like you can still get out. Like once it starts bombing it, you get out. But that's a great ability to take out bases,
Oh, okay. Very cool.
because it'll just keep bombing it for a while. Nail that guy.
Man. That is you said it's a brawler, right?
It's a grappler, yeah.
Oh, grappler. Yeah, that thing's pretty sweet, man.
This guy's a grappler rogue that we're against. He's an invisible shielder there. There he goes.
Nice. You're on a rampage.
Yeah.
I like you've got the MOBA style text and announcement
Yeah, that's
voices
my
already.
wife. That's my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I forgot I have my Sage abilities too.
Oh yeah.
Now, when it slows down for one player, then it slows down for everybody else.
Correct.
Right.
And there are are people that gain from that. Like for instance, if you have a flux capacitor, I think we call it a chrono drive, then you're going to gain speed whenever time is slowed. But basically, if I trigger my slowing time, it's called time swell, then, and you have it too, you can also trigger it and be on equal footing. So we're still both fighting in slow motion, but we are on equal footing, because otherwise one person is going to have, the person who activated it is going to have an advantage. You get a like sort of speed boost. Oh shoot, I'm fighting two Gin Clears over here. These guys are like the top end sort of grappler.
You've got everything down. I mean, I see you using all the little abilities to dodge and everything.
Oh yeah, you have to at the higher ends.
Yeah. So do I get to respawn?
Yeah,
or-
you'll
oh,
respawn as soon as the wave is done, and we lose if we both die in the same wave.
Okay. Well, I pulled out an Arsenal ship. Now, obviously, this is much slower.
Yes,
Um,
it'll have more
Better
firepower,
armored, though?
better shields, better firepower.
okay.
And then, of course, if you had, like you can have turrets and things like this and set up sort of a fortress for yourself.
Oh man, my shield. Whoa, man, I've got this like afterburner ability.
Yeah, that's how you get out of there in a hurry, because otherwise
Yeah.
you're very static.
That's very cool. Now try to see what my Q ability is. I see I have 2 of them. Is it turrets?
Maybe. Does it have a number on them?
Dominating.
Oh, I think they're repair turrets. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
there's
Oh,
a
those
number.
are great. Those will repair you if you're injured. Those are awesome.
I see the stealth ship. Oh, nice. Now, do those replenish?
You mean like the numbers on there?
Yeah.
The number is how many you can have active at once. So if you have another 1 on it, that means you can drop another one
Okay.
when your cooldown is up, of course.
So did we beat all of our opponents?
We've beaten them all so far. And because there's 2 of us, there's 2 bosses that come in every wave. Otherwise, there'd just be 1 if it was just 1 person.
Oh, okay.
That's how this mode works. Whereas like wave mode, instead of adding more ships, it just makes the ships more difficult based on the amount of people. Very similar to like Diablo.
Right. Now, you guys are currently on the next game boss, IGN's next game boss.
That's true, yes. So basically, we've been competing in this sort of a web-based reality show that's hosted by IGN, and we're actually one of the 2 finalists. And at this point, if everyone watching now, if you like what you see, if you could go vote for us, and you can just do that by going through our website, ringrunner.net. And you know, if you could just put like a little link up or something, we'd really appreciate it. But it has to be before Saturday, March 2nd. That's I know very short notice, but that's those are the breaks. And we
And
really
you're-
appreciate that.
You're a finalist right now, too, right?
We're a finalist. We're one of the top 2, and
Very
whoever
cool.
wins, you know, $10,000 and the title of next game boss. So you know, obviously that would help us sort of realize more of the potential of the game before we're forced to release it.
That is awesome. And for release, you're still, what, about 3 months away?
Exactly. We're basically 3 months away, I would say. We're trying to release this May, and it might just be shortly after that, if anything. But very close.
I got my first kill.
You got it? Awesome.
Yeah.
And so now, like, you see, there should be like a little like kind of yellow bubble forming around you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so every ship has different types of what's known as veterancy, and veterancy is just going to be basically like kill streak type stuff.
Okay.
Something that improves with the more people that you kill without dying. And oh, this guy's really tricky. And so what yours does is going to actually like mitigate damage. It's like an extra shield, and it's also
wow.
going to increase the amount of damage that you deal. So it's a very useful one. I think you know, one of the better ones, one of my favorite ones right now is going to be the one I'm using, the fighter one, because this one increases cooldown speed. So it just basically lets you go wild once you've got enough ranks up, which is up to 7. So you kill 7 guys, and then you can just fire your laser beams full speed. Doesn't make you survive anymore, so that means that, you know, somebody else can come in and still have a chance against you.
Right. Man, this Tempest. Oh, man. I died.
Oh no! I'd see. So now you're gonna lose that buff.
That
you had,
shield.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's see what else I have for hulls. I have a Spade Grappler Starter. How is that one?
The grappler starter, it's a good. It tanks well, but it's going to use abilities that you have to get close to use. So you know, once you get very comfortable with the movement, kind of like how I'm, you know, managing to stay closer to the opponents, then it's going to work real well. But otherwise, it's going to be kind of hard to use at the start.
And for those who do like to play single player, how many missions do you guys have now? Because I know when I played through, I mean, I only scratched the surface, but
I'm not sure about the number. I think it's going to be something like, I'm going to say about 100 or so, but it's going to be 20 hours long and you know, strongly story driven. I began by writing a novel about this universe. And you know, the mythology, what it means to be a sage, what the rings are, all this stuff. And so it's a very involved storyline. It's not just, even though I try to keep it funny as much as I can and light, it's still very involved. It's not just going to be, you know, silliness in space.
Sage-like.
Though it is mostly silliness in space. But yeah, it's 20 hours long, and you kind of discover who you are. You wake up and you're not sure if you have amnesia or if you never knew who you were or what the deal is, but you have this voice in your head named Nero that's going to sort of act as your guide through this universe. And he's kind of a smart alecky Nero HUD that you know will crack wise more than once, but you discover who you are, that you're a sage, and then you have to kind of find out who made you the sage. And I just died. See, this is a good example of like synergy. He used a plasma orb and gravity well, which sucks up all of the particles that the plasma orb would normally shoot out and puts it into one condensed spot, and then I ran over it, so then I get blown up. So you know, there's no criticals in the game. There's no misses in the game except if you actually miss, but there are a lot of abilities that will kind of critical if they are pulled off just right, like that one was.
That's awesome.
And so because it's all of the AI is sort of modular, the AI knows how to use them together regardless of how they're equipped. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. I think one last thing I do want to show a little bit of is just the shop. I did see that I got a new... I got something new. Let's see. Should that be in the list, like highlighted somewhere, or
if you just go to buy equipment, basically you're only going to get options. One of the things we try to do in Ring Runner is we only give you options that you have, because there's a lot of options otherwise. And if you just go through, you'll see things that you can buy. So at the bottom you have your lab, and you can upgrade stuff. You can upgrade the lab itself. You can just research for more Plex. If you didn't want to find anything new, you just wanted more Plex. It's very flexible.
So you can actually research getting more Plex for yourself.
Exactly.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, and I do see a decent number of options for buying equipment. I see that I have a rogue cloak, fighter fixed cannon. So these are things that if I purchase...
Now you'll have...
actually, they're actually categories. So if I go into the fixed cannon category, I can purchase new things there. Like a feather fire cannon. I didn't see that before when I was trying to customize.
That one's a great one. Yeah, it's like a laser shotgun.
Awesome.
It's one of the weapons I was using just then.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll definitely have to pick that one up.
Yeah.
All right. And in terms of release, you did say 3 months. Price point's going to be about $15?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you had a Kickstarter campaign as well, right?
We did.
That went quite well.
Yeah, that was successful. We were asking for $12,000. That was basically the minimum just to survive, really, and pay for a couple of licenses that we needed to release the game, and we ended up with $27,000. So we're very pleased with that, and obviously it's allowed us to bring the game to where it is now. And you can still pre-purchase the game on our website for $15. You'll get immediate access to basically all of multiplayer beta, which is what you've been looking at here.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on. And guys, as he had mentioned, he's actually trying to win the vote in the IGN Next Game Boss. So go to the IGN Next Game Boss page, either through the official Ring Runner website, or I will provide a link to it in the description direct to the actual vote page. You can even download a build of the game. And actually, that build, is it about the same level of content as what people are seeing right now? Is there multiplayer in it? What should they expect with that if they do download it to play?
The build on the next game boss is actually going to just be a teaser, and it's a single mission that's just designed to sort of introduce you to the 5 archetypes. You're going to get 5 rank 5 archetypes that you can just go right into and, you know, just start owning with. You don't have to worry about customization or anything like that. So it's kind of fun for that. But the demo that will be available starting Saturday after the show is completed, and of course Sunday, and then up until release, is going to be a single player version of what you were seeing here. So access to all these different ships, a bunch of the single player content, all of the scenarios, Sub-Rostrum Arcade, all this stuff for free. And that's the single player. And if you do the pre-purchase, then you gain access to the multiplayer version of the beta. And of course, you own the game when it comes out.
Awesome.
Other than that, of course, we're going to be having, hopefully, an open beta once the game's about to come out, and then everyone will have access to multiplayer at that point. But it'll only probably be about a week or so.
Okay. And you are also trying to get the votes on Steam Greenlight as well. That would allow you to actually release on Steam when you guys are ready to go live.
Exactly. And so that's also very important for people who pre-purchase, you know, and they want to get a Steam version of the game. Well, we can only really do that if we're on Steam, and so we need to be accepted onto Steam to be able to do that. So definitely vote for us on Greenlight and tell your friends about it. As you've seen, there's a lot of content in this game, so it's been tough for us to get the word out completely about the game. A lot of people think it's just another space shooter or something like that, and I think you'll find that it's a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very fun. I highly recommend it. Definitely check out the demo, guys, and if you like it or if you like what you saw, give them a vote on IGN rather, Next Game Boss, and also Steam Greenlight. I'll leave links to that or to both sites in the description, and that's about it. So thanks for joining us, Enrique, and hope that I'll get to play with you again down the road. I will do an update as you guys get closer to release, and best of luck with those votes.
Definitely. You ever want to play again, you just let me know.
Okay, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, as always, please be sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about my channel. I always appreciate when you guys do that. And stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys next time.